10 things I learned while riding Amtrak's Empire Builder from Chicago to Everett, Washington, that I think you should consider before you either take your very first train ride on Amtrak or consider taking the Empire Builder. So number one, I learned that my travel plans really needed to be flexible. And the reason I say that it's because in the United States, passenger travel on the rails gives way to cargo and freight. So a lot of the times in that process, your train may be delayed and you may be delayed getting to your final destination. So pack your patience, pack your flexible plans, and I think you will have no issue. Hi, I'm Alex. I make videos about intentional living, traveling, adding more adventure to your life, all while working full time. Thank you for being here. The number two thing that I learned on my ride was these are not luxurious accommodations. And by the way, that was not really my expectation at all, but I think it's worth mentioning, right? That this is not an inexpensive ticket, especially if you have a sleeper car, whether it's a roomette, a room, etc., right? So just be conscious of that. Temper your expectations on what the accommodations will really be like. The third thing I learned was bring cash. Is for the wonderful people that are helping you throughout the ride, especially your car attendant, and they truly help you. My car attendant helped me put my bed together and just get ready for bed. They do work really hard, and accordingly I think you should tip, and those tips should be cash. Number 4, expect to see awesome places. Now, you probably know this. There's a reason why you chose to book the Empire Builder or perhaps one of their other routes. You get to see beautiful places, right? America is beautiful, and riding the rails is probably one of the best ways to see a lot of places at once. But with the Empire Builder, especially the route from Chicago to Everett, you need to expect to see or to get to some awesome places at night in the dark, meaning you're not going to be able to see it. For example, we got to Glacier National Park, I think it was like maybe 10 or 11 at night. It was pitch black, and we knew we were there, but we couldn't see anything out the window. And there's really not, it's not one of those stops where you can actually get off the train and wander around for 10, 15 minutes, an hour. None of that. So you have to consider that you will get to go by beautiful places that you will not be able to see. All right, here is one that was in the back of my mind. I kind of knew, but it wasn't until I was on the train going by that it actually hit me. Montana is flat as a pancake. At least most of the state before you get to the western end of the states where the beautiful mountains are. So when they say big sky Montana, they're not kidding. It's a big sky, but it's very flat. So I will put some footage over here. Actually, what I'll do is I'll have a mini highlights reel at the end of this video so you can actually see some of the places. And again, don't get me wrong, Montana is beautiful. The western part of the state was gorgeous, but a lot of it will be flat as a pancake. All right, number 6 is probably the ones that I expect the least, or something that I really didn't necessarily consider. Sleeping in a moving train is way rougher than you think. Between the movement and the rocking of the train and a lot of the sound and the noise, sometimes it's difficult. So bring your earplugs. That is going to be a game changer for you. Another thing that I learned is that your bunk or your bed is much narrower than you think. And I don't have measurements. If I find them online, I'll put them right here. I don't know, you have kind of a different mental picture in your mind and how much room you're going to have. The room is adequate. Just understand that it's going to be not a lot of room once you're set up for the night and you're in bed. In my humble opinion, a roomette is really adequate for, or is really good for one person. It's adequate for two if you have to, but I found that being a little claustrophobic, that if I had to sleep on the top bunk, you're basically in a cocoon. You're gonna go in there and you're gonna sleep. Maneuvering around, you have two people in a roomette, I can only assume that it would be very difficult. As a matter of fact, that I was having a conversation with another passenger, and it was a couple, and they had a roomette, and they were kind of laughing, saying, you know, we have to go into the hallway to turn around when the beds are made. So just think about things like that. Again, you know, if you're going with your partner, you're very comfortable together in close quarters, no problem at all. It's perfectly adequate. But just understand that if you want a little extra room and you're traveling solo, the roomette is going to be just fine for you. It was fine for me, and yeah, it was great. All right, so here is another thing I learned while riding for the first time on the Empire Builder. And this one might be a little comical, but hear me out. You cannot walk straight on a moving train. Again, this is something that I know, and I kind of expected it. But when you're actually in it, it's kind of funny how difficult it is to actually walk. Be careful. I think the car attendant has a spiel that they do right at the beginning of the ride, where they say, hey, you know what, we don't care. Put your hands on the glass and leave your fingerprints. We really don't care. We'll clean it up later. Just make sure that you are hanging onto something as you're walking through the aisle. Bring comfortable, safe shoes, because you want to go, you know, you're moving between cars. Just be mindful of that and bring comfortable shoes and something that's safe, that allows you to be a little bit more anchored as you walk through the train. All right, here's the last thing that I learned. And this one is going to be a little, I don't know, it might be a little controversial, but I'm going to put it out there. And it was, don't take a shower if you don't have to. I was on the train for 40 something hours. I took a shower at the hotel before I departed for the train station. I took a shower at my hotel at my destination, and I was fine. You know, it's really just a little over a day. You'll be fine unless you absolutely have to. I would say, for the same reasons that the train is moving, and there's a lot of shaking that's going on, just be careful. If you need, obviously you may need to use the bathroom for other purposes, and you need to brush your teeth and all those things. Just make sure that you bring things that you can either put on a little hook, or that you can put somewhere that it's anchored, that's not gonna fall on the ground. Because you honestly need both hands to be able to take care of yourself and do your business. So take all those things into consideration before you decide to take a shower. So there you have it, 10 things I learned while riding the Empire Builder Amtrak train from Chicago to Everett for the very first time. And if you're interested to know, will I be interested in taking another ride with Amtrak or the Empire Builder back? Or again, I would say absolutely yes. What I wanted to do in my first train ride was very simple. I wanted to have just time to look out the window, read, listen to a book, and just have time for myself. And that ride totally did exactly what I set out to do. What I would do differently in the next one might be, at some point, I'd like to take the Empire Builder back again. And it will be from west to east, just to have a different perspective. So stay tuned. Travel-wise, I have a few other things planned for the rest of the year, and I can't wait to share those with you. If you like this video, please like, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps my little channel grow. Drop a comment below. Have you taken a train ride with Amtrak before? What has your experience been like? I'm really interested to know. Until the next time, see you in the next video.